Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here. And first I'd like to thank all my viewers. I certainly have learned a lot in my career about AI and computers, but going online with all of that has been an interesting journey, and I appreciate your support because I really didn't know anything about it before I started doing my YouTube channel. I knew nothing about going on YouTube and trying to give you guys as much information as I could about AI and the impact it's going to have on your life, which is big. It's going to be a big impact. So thank you for your support. I appreciate it, and I want to serve you, so please leave comments. And today we're going to talk about AI in medicine. And a lot is happening constantly with AI in medicine, getting more and more deeply ingrained into the medical field and used for more and more things. So first of all, this is top current uses of AI in medicine. The first is diagnosing disease. And on one of our earlier videos, we talked about how Harvard Health in Boston is now using AI to intake patients coming in. But this is actually, these are the symptoms. What disease does this person have? And they're using deep learning to do this, which, as I've said, is an aspect of machine learning enabled by the development of a working neural net. So deep learning needs thousands of examples to work properly. But some of the things it's being used for today is to diagnose cancer and stroke using CT scans. And again, thousands of examples have been used to train the deep learning algorithm. The next one is heart disease from MRIs. So you can see that these are major disease areas. Ignoring COVID, these are the biggest causes of death and disability in the United States. And so using AI to more accurately and more quickly diagnose these diseases when people show up with symptoms is important. But next is training the AIs to take data from multiple sources, both AI and CT scans, and maybe echocardiograms and other testing sources, and putting that all together to determine what a particular disease manifesting in an individual is. And one of the ways that they're doing that right now is skin problems, right? Skin problems are pretty complicated. They can come from many different things. And so combining different data sources really helps diagnose properly complex conditions like different skin problems. So this is what's in progress right now. So that's area one, disease diagnosis. Area two is in drug development. Here we can talk head on to COVID. So 100 years ago, the earth was afflicted by the Spanish flu, which was spread much more widely because no preventative measures were taken, whereas at least in some places, preventive measures are being taken. But back then, virtually none were taken, and the death rate was very high from the Spanish flu, and usually people would die within 2 or 3 days after presenting symptoms. Most of the COVID deaths have been more like 2 weeks into it. So the Spanish flu was very, very powerful. COVID is, but differently. But in drug development, the Spanish flu outbreak lasted 3 years. By the end of the outbreak, they still had not come up with even a treatment for it, much less a vaccine. Now, 7 months since COVID started here in the States, 10 months since it started in China, there are multiple drugs in advanced development. So AI is being used to determine targets. Where is the disease attaching is what that means. Candidate drugs that also attach to the same spot and block the virus from attaching. Clinical trials, crunching data, seeing what's happening. And by the way, 2 of the 4 drugs have already been put on pause that are in clinical trials due to problems. So this is using AI in trials is very, very important. And then biomarkers, which is what are the markers of the disease and are those markers cleared up on treatment or vaccination. So that's another very important aspect that AI is being used in. So 4 different areas of drug development. A third area, general area, after disease diagnosis and drug development is personalized treatment. This is where medicine is headed. You'll go to the doctor, they'll take a bunch of information from your medical file, the AI will read it, and the AI will come up with a very specific treatment regimen for you based on blood type, other diseases, and a lot of other factors. So treatment of illness is going to get much, much more individualized and much more specific. That will be a complete change because medicine was always about finding a general treatment that would work for some people and not others, but as long as it helped some people, that was the way to go. Personalized treatment is a whole new level. And then finally, gene editing, which they just awarded the Nobel Prize to the 2 women who invented a technology called CRISPR, which allows quick, cheap gene editing. So before the invention of CRISPR, gene editing, which can fix diseases before they even start, used to be super expensive, millions of dollars to do a gene edit, and quite a bit of time. With CRISPR, you can do a gene edit for $100 versus millions, and do it almost immediately instead of months and months and months. So using AI and gene editing with a tool like CRISPR is a true revolution in medicine. And there's not many things you can say that about, but in gene editing in medicine is a true revolution. So as you can see, AI in medicine is having a broad impact already, but it's nothing compared to what's coming. And we've talked previously about robotic surgery that will be AI driven as well, and a lot of other things. So we're going to keep updating fields that are changing rapidly, like medicine. So stay tuned to the channel. If you like this, please like it and share it. If you really like it, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate your subscriptions because that actually helps me continue to give you free content. And the other thing that will help too with that is your membership through Patreon. The links are on the video below the video. Please support the channel and we'll keep bringing you cutting edge AI breakthroughs. Thanks so much. I deeply appreciate everyone on my channel and send me your comments. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.